Hi everybody, Mr. Alex here again for our fourth video about customizing your Edublog site. And in today's video, we're going to be going over these four goals. We're going to be changing the title of your site, changing its themes, customizing the themes, and then looking at how to subscribe to others' sites. Let's get started with our first goal, changing the title. So I'm going to switch back over. And remember, we need to have a front end and a back end open. Okay, so in my back end of my Edublog, I'm going to jump over to Appearance again. And there is an option under it that says Header. Go ahead and click on Header. After it thinks for a bit, you're going to get a page that looks more or less like this. Oh, come on, it's still thinking a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this is kind of like a live preview while I'm updating the back end. So we get a back and a front end at the same time. So let's look at what we're seeing. So you are customizing Alex's website. Yep, that's the right one. Active theme 2015. Hang on, it's 2018. Not 2015 anymore. So let's change it. Let's see if we can actually change it to a different theme. This is going to be something that we're going to do in just a minute. So I'm going to just hide that, but we're going to come back to that. Okay, the next option says site identity. Let's click on that. And it says logo, no logo selected. Select a logo. So we could put in a picture, I guess, of our brand if we had one. Site's title, Alex's website. So if you wanted to change that instead of Alex's website, you might say Alex's site. That's all right too. And it shows us how that updates live. So I'm okay with that. Tagline, just another Edublog site. No way, I don't like that at all. I'm not just another Edublog site. The amazing adventures of the super teacher Mr. Alex. That was kind of a silly one, but I tried. Feel free to write whatever you'd like for your tagline to appear underneath your title. That says display site title and tagline. So actually, I think we could make those both go away if we uncheck that. After it thinks for a minute. There you go. So it just disappeared and we just have the main menu that we made in video 3. But I do want this to be available up in the corner. So I'm going to turn that back on. Underneath it, it says site icon. The site icon is used as a browser and app icon for your site. Icons must be square and at least 512 pixels wide and tall. We might explore that in another video, but basically what it's talking about is that tiny little thing up there. You can see all of my favorites all have different little icons right there. You can use Photoshop to create something if you like, and like I was saying, maybe we can do it in another video, but we're going to skip it for today. Okay, so that's all good. I'm going to go back. Let's go down to colors. So here we can choose what our fonts look like and these kind of main colors. I don't really want to mess with it right now because in a minute I'm going to change my theme. I'm going to totally change the way my site looks because this one is super boring. Menus, when we click on that, we can see main menu, what we just made. It's our primary menu, yeah. Menu locations. By clicking this, we can actually see the primary menu. Oh, it doesn't give us any other options. And social links menu. Oh, we don't have any social media links yet. But these two things are part of this website's theme. Remember I skipped it earlier, active theme? So actually those menu types are going to change in just a second as well when we go back to change our theme. Next one says widgets. Let's click on that. Now this is something that I'd really like to change. Do you see along the side here, I have all of this stuff I don't want. It's just kind of annoying. So one thing I definitely want to keep is my title and tag, my main menu. Search is pretty cool. Recent post, I don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on recent posts and just click remove. And while I'm at it, recent comments, no, I don't like all this stuff on the side. It's just too much. Archives, not yet. Maybe when I get more stuff, I'll turn on my archives, but right now I don't have a whole lot of stuff. Categories, I also don't want my categories because I already put them under blogs, remember? For meta, I like that because we can see site admin if we want to log in, log out, and also RSS feeds if we want to subscribe. So I think for me, this looks clean and I like that. So I'm going to save. Oh, wait, let me just double check. Static front page. This is something that if you would like to explore, you actually can. I'll just say it quickly. If you'd like to make like an About Me page, you guys know how to make an About a page already. Feel free to just jump back and make an About Me page and you can write about yourself. But if you wanted to make it so when people visit your website's address, you can say static front page and you'll be able to choose it here. A static page, and you'll be able to say front page, and you'll be able to choose About Me. But right now we haven't made one yet. So you'll be able to go back and play with this one, and there was some stuff about site identity in there as well that you'll be able to go back and add that little icon. So in short, the things that I changed were my site's identity with the title. I also changed the widgets by deleting some of these things. Let's save and publish. Okay, so this is what my site looks like right now. Let's go back over to our goals for today. Let's jump down to changing the theme. So while we're on this page, it says active theme 2015. Like I was saying earlier, hey, it's 2018. I'd really like to change my theme to something else that looks more interesting. This one looks cool. I like color. These are all kind of simple looking. This one's kind of like for a photographer, I guess. There are a lot of photos. I'm not sure if that's best for me. Adaption, that looks cool. I like the black, white, and red. I might do that one. Well, a lot of kids have chosen this one. Adler. Affinity, that's nice to start with a quotation. Oh, I kind of like that. It reminds me of home. All those leaves look like Oregon. These are really jumping out at me. That's kind of pretty. Yeah. You know which one? I think I'm going to go back up to that black, white, and red one that I saw earlier. Adaption. I like that one. So I'm going to click Live Preview, and it's going to show me what that looks like in with all of my content that I've written. So let's click that, let it think for a sec, and let's see how my website's going to look with those settings. Totally different, I think. Whoa. Yeah, it's similar. I can see the connection in some ways, but yeah, it's got a really different style. Something I noticed that changed was the information was at the bottom before about my post, and now it's at the top. Okay, signed portfolio 8. Where did my main menu go with blogs? Well, I like it. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and accept that one by saving and activating. But I need to fix something about my menu. Okay, so I saved. Let's click X and let's get out of this screen. Okay, so we're back here. My menu looks good. It's still the main menu. Okay, I'm just going to click Save one more time on my menu. It still has that blog section. Okay, there. And let's go back to the front end and just refresh. Okay. Hey, I don't know what happened. It looks correct now. My blogs are all there. Hey, nice. I like my new website. Cool. So our next goal is customizing the theme. Let's go back to the back end, and under themes, let's click it. And the thing about themes, each one gives you different options. That's the really interesting thing about it. So if we clicked on themes, we can actually search for different themes, and you can see larger pictures. This is another way of doing it. You can also do live previews or just activate directly there. Now let's go down to customize. Oh, that's interesting. So with this particular theme, it's always going to be redirecting me back to this page. This is not quite what I was expecting, to be honest, but more or less, now you get to customize the colors for the background. Let's say you don't like this boring gray. Why don't we make it something crazy like purple? Ooh, purple and red don't look so good together. Red, white, and blue. Yeah, for my country, for the United States. Let's do that. So I'll save that. Cool, saved, done. We could also change the background image if we wanted it to be a picture instead of a solid color. Please feel free to make it your own. Okay, so the last thing I wanted you guys to think about was, sorry, back on customize. Let's jump back to where we were. And there are these three little buttons down at the bottom. So the first one is previewing what your website will look like on a computer if someone visits. The next is a tablet, and the last is a phone. So let's click the tablet and let's see how my website changes. We can see that it got a lot smaller. My menu is now this little thing over here. That's interesting. Let's try going to, how about my portfolios? Oh, it's not going to actually let me go into it. And then there's the smartphone. Wow, is that how small smartphones are? That's incredible. Wow, super small. All right, so that's just a preview. It's not so helpful after all. But what I wanted you guys to think about is actually our websites really look different on each device. So it's really important to preview them and kind of be aware of what our content looks like as we change devices. Okay, let's get out of the screen, and you can continue to customize your theme. You can change your font, you can change the colors, you can change the background. Feel free to just go ahead and play with it. All right, and for our last step, we're going to be subscribing to other people's sites. Okay, so I've got a gigantic list of all of my classmates. So I'm actually kind of lucky because it's just pretty easy for me to just copy and paste a few of these. But if you don't have a list of your classmates' addresses, why don't you just ask them and you can type them by hand. So I'm just going to select a few of these people by random, and I'm just going to copy that. And, excuse me, I'm going to go back over to my back end of my site and click on this button up here that says Dashboard. Okay. So the dashboard is kind of like Facebook in a sense, where we can see all of the different posts that our friends are making. What I'm going to do is over here, down here, it says create a new list. Let's click that. And I'm going to say block A to social studies. You can call it whatever name you like. And it says links to sites that will be added to this list. Add one Edublog site on each line, or per line, please. So I can just hit paste because in my spreadsheet, they're on each line. Do you notice that? But just in case you didn't have that list, you might type them one by one. You might say something like that, and then you'd write the next one, .edublogs.org, blah, 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 .edublogs.org, and you can write all of your friends' different sites there. But for me, since I have a list of everybody's already, I'm just going to paste, and you can see it looks great. And I'll just click create. And bada bing, bada boom, I've got 12 blogs added. That's pretty awesome. And we can see Belgium Isn't Boring. That's interesting by Christina. I think that she's an 8th grader. We can see some posts about exercise from Ben, a reflection from Nick. Pretty awesome. Interesting. Something about slavery, about time, continuity, and change. Cool. Pretty awesome. So I've got a great list of everybody I want to follow right there. And teachers, that's also a great way for you to follow everybody in your class. There's the bell. I've got to head to class. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.